Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish, and welcome back to Betrayal in Antara. I apologize in advance if I'm a little low energy in this stream just because I got my second COVID vaccine shot this morning and it is kicking my ass. Not as hard as the first one did, but faster. Last time it took 24 hours, this time it took 2, but at least I'm just a little tired and sore. So I'm going to try and do as much as I can, and I hope that you'll stick with me. And yes, I did discover something very funny. So first of all, you'll notice that here we are back with our friend Locath, the mercenary leader, in our favorite Gonish town of Choth. So I did go back, and I went through all of Pionda and all of Gon, and all along the road between Keth and Torlith, and I ransacked the bodies that we had left behind, took all of the armor, the weapons, the shields, things like that that would sell for anything, carted them back and forth to, the nearest weapon and armor shop, sold all of that, and it became kind of a funny story, because I discovered something very silly about the game. So first, you'll note that we have quite a bit of money, and I wanted to demonstrate, too, that I had gone back to Torlith, and I had gotten Montari plate mail for both William and Aaron. Our boys look so good. Look at that. That armor is so pretty. It's kind of weird that it's just like a sleeveless cuirass and gauntlets, and I guess that's because of the paper dolls, that they didn't want to do armored sleeves and try to, cover up the fabric and so on. But regardless, it still looks good. And I did get it blessed, as you can see, so check that out. At 100% condition, which it's going to take a while to decay down from because it does have hardness 45. This armor absorbs 92% of all incoming physical damage. 92%. That's most of it, folks, for those of you who are too gay to do math at home. So, yeah, we also got Kaelyn a set, so that as soon as she rejoins us, we will have this ready for her. Now, hopefully that's not a huge waste of money, because she may have the opportunity to pick some up herself at some point during Chapter 7. We'll see. Just in case, though, we got her a set, and we also got her this Onyx Blade from here in Choth, which, as you can see, is also blessed, and check that out. Its stats are almost as good as Everedge. We'll have to sharpen this one, but that's a small price to pay. So, yeah, Kaelyn really has... she's got a wealth, an embarrassment of riches, perhaps, for when she returns to the group. Also, real quick, you'll see that our boys have increased their skills by quite a bit. Oh, hey, these hit 80 last time and I didn't notice, so I will untick those, actually. And you will see as well that a number of these have hit 80. Magic is up to 60 now. Resist, look at all of these level 80 skills. Look at them. Would you look at that? Would you just look at it? There we go. So we only have 5 magic skills that are not maxed out, at least for this chapter, which means we can tick all of them, and we'll see how much they go up in the time we have remaining. Yes, we'll save those changes. We do not have any new spells available just yet, but he did learn one while I was running around. And as I said before, I was going to check out Medova and Panizzo and see if there was anything new. There was not. So, I take that back. There was one new thing. I went to Medova, and it was pretty much as we remembered it, except, of course, the Traders was closed because we don't need to go in there, and the moneylender was closed, and he's being audited by the Imperial Bank, apparently, the Imperial Exchequer. In Panizzo, everything was pretty much as we left it, except, of course, we could not visit the Escobar estate, because why would we? William very intelligently said we probably shouldn't go there right now. But I did find a glitch. So for anyone who is actually using this Let's Play as a walkthrough of the game, I would like to forewarn you. I don't, of course, know if it will happen with your copy. I can't guarantee this will be the same for your installation. But I found that when I attempted to go into the armor shop in Panizzo, it consistently, like 5 or 6 tries in a row, gave me a Windows error message that froze the game and crashed it to desktop. It said an asset failed to load, and I had to choose yes to retry or no to abandon, and choosing yes did nothing except respawn the error, and so eventually when I hit no, it would just exit out of Antara and go back to the desktop. So I could not use the armor shop in Panizzo. But that's not a big deal because, of course, there's a weapon and armor shop right here in Imatsi, in Moldova. It was not the end of the world, particularly because this brings me to... I told you that story so I could tell you this one. So you'll see that we have quite a bit of cash, and I wanted to show that off. See? Okay, good. I'm glad that I'm not the only one. So thank you for confirming. That does mean for anyone who has never played the game before to watch out for that, because if more than one person is getting that error, then that means that probably most people are more likely to get that error. But yeah, so here is our vast fortune. Check it out. I love seeing that amount of money floating around in our backpack, but there is a problem with it. I did not know this because we had not had any reason to reach this limit up until now. But of course, in picking up the spoils of our adventures, I ran into an unforeseen problem, which I hesitate to call a feature of the game. So plate armor is expensive. Getting it blessed also costs a little bit of money. Buying 3 sets, as you can imagine, and also this sword, ran us quite a pretty penny. So pretty, in fact, a penny, that we could not carry it. I actually loaded up on money and went to the shop in Imatsi to sell a load of armor and weaponry. And when I exited the shop, William gave me that pop-up message saying, I don't think we can carry all of this. We're going to have to drop something and leave it behind. And I had to literally throw 2,000 burlas down on the ground in Imatsi. Because, you see this window? This is the window where our money goes. When this window is full, we do not have any place to put more money. Yes, that's right. There is an inventory limit for cash. Now, of course, that's not unheard of, because in other games like the Legend of Zelda series, you may have a cap on your wallet, and in fact, there are even upgrades you can purchase to expand the amount of money that you can carry. What's unique to Betrayal in Antara, I discovered, is your money shares an inventory with your food. That's right. This window holds all of our supplies, including both our burlas and our money, and when it is full, we cannot add to either of those things anymore until we drop or get rid of something. Exactly. We are literally too rich to eat. We are so wealthy we cannot feed ourselves. Yeah, I mean, money can be exchanged for goods and services, right? As many of us know, living in a capitalist economy. But this was like true capitalism. I actually had to throw money down on the ground because I was so rich that I could not carry more money. So then I had to go from Imatsi all the way back around to Torlith to purchase the plate armor and get it blessed here at the Temple of Core. And then, because I could only afford 2 sets, I had to come all the way back down and get that money because you can bet your bottom dollar that I was not about to leave 2,000 of our bottom dollars on the dusty road in front of the weapon shop in Lord Garson's territory. So then I came back, picking up whatever I could carry along the way and selling it, bought another suit of armor for Kaelyn, got it enchanted, came back, picked up some more stuff, bought a sword for Kaelyn and got it enchanted, and then, you know, that actually both simplified things and made them a little more complicated, because on the one hand, I was loath to leave any treasure for some of the bodies that we have, like out here at the crossroads. There are some things that I've taken up the markers, as you can see. But I didn't pick those things up because it literally was not worth our time. Because this is all the money we can carry and still have food. So after spending something like 8,000 burlas total on 3 suits of armor, a sword, and blessings for all of it, I went back and picked up as much as I could until I almost ran out of inventory space. And yes, there is a little bit of loot left from our adventures, but I figured that going into the next chapter with 5,400 burlas in our pocket is probably fine. Because we could only carry, as you see, they stack up to 250. So that means that we could only carry about 300 odd more burlas anyway. We wouldn't even be able to break 6,000 unless we ate, threw away, or sold some of our food to make room for gold. Since Kaelyn has her own cash, and I'm assuming that since they initially, when they split the party, the game also split our money between those two parties, is probably going to put our cash back together when Kaelyn rejoins us. And she had, what, 3,000 or 4,000 burlas of her own? Something like that. So, we're going to be embarrassingly wealthy when she comes back to us. I'm not worried about it, especially since y'all have told me this is the best armor in the game. We have the best sword in the game, and we have what might be the second best sword in the game for Kaelyn. So, I mean, I don't really know what else we could do other than, I don't know, we could maybe get her another Grulf bow and hold on to it, but then again, we also have one. And if Kaelyn's in the party, she's going to be shooting, if anyone is, and William will not, which means she can have his, so I don't care. I figured that inventory space was better spent on things like this oil and some sen water and so on, particularly because they don't have a lot of room left over after I already sold a few things, as you can see, in order to carry Kaelyn's armor and shield and hold it for her. So, with that, we are well armored up. We are oh man, we're good to go, I think.
Mission
So let's talk to
accomplished?
Lokath.
Good. And how did things go down south?
With all due humility, I think we did quite well.
I'll be the judge of that after I read Burge's report. Hand it over.
Fair enough. And there we go.
Resourceful, creative solution to challenging situation. Good. Very good. Well, men, sounds like you've signed on. And just at the right time, too. I'm going to give you a letter of introduction to Koleth. You'll find his encampment in the Garnish Hills near Choth. You're ready for an important assignment. One that should offer high rewards at low risk. What could be sweeter than that?
Ooh. I like the sound of that. High reward, low risk.
Thanks, Lokath. We won't let you down.
See that you don't.
Okay, and he's gone, which I can only presume means we no longer need to speak with or interact with him. Which is just fine, because I believe that this is got to be close to the end of Chapter 6. I love that he says in the Garnish Hills near Choth. Bruh. 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 You know what? Maybe he doesn't know where we are. He did seem to have a little bit of trouble reading, which is perfectly fine, but it may put him at odds with
We're
road
new
signs.
recruits, sent by Locath. Where do we sign up?
Fresh meat, huh? Well, green boy, step right this way. Kaelyn will want to take a look at you.
Oh boy, and this must be Kaelyn. Get a load of this fella. That's the mercenary leader, huh? Okay.
Some new recruits, sir.
Very well, Sentry. Return to your post.
Where do we sign up?
We want to sign up, sir.
We don't take people in right off the road. You got someone to vouch for you?
Locath. He put us to the test, sure enough.
Well, let's see what he has to say about you two.
Another note. Okay,
Here's Locath's report, Captain Kaelyn.
It is John. Responsible.
Oh, he's muttering to himself.
All right. Listen up. This is a disciplined outfit. Obey your superiors without question. Don't start fights or drink on duty. Stick to your jobs, keep your noses clean, and you'll do all right for yourselves. Understood?
Yes, sir.
I said, understood!
Yes, sir.
If you're ready for another mission, I've got work for you right away. We just got a top priority job. You've proven you can handle deliveries. Let's see if you're as good with pickups. I've sent word to some men to wait for you southeast of Darby. Take these swamp walking potions to them. You'll find someone waiting in a cabin in the swamp. Bring him back here on the double. And if I hear you stop for women or ale on the way, I'll have your hides. Do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're right. That blue shirt doesn't really look uniform. Like, it doesn't look up to regulation. Yeah, I noticed that too. If I hear you stop for women or ale, I'll have your hides. On the other hand...
We need to watch out for him, Aaron. He's a dangerous one.
Well, these mercenaries don't sound like terrible guys. Keep your nose clean, they said. Don't get in fights. Phew-wee. Yeah, there you go. And if we can't have women and ale, men and wine it is. Okay, well. Oh, the party's getting tired and should rest. Oh no. Party's always tired and needs to rest. And honestly relatable. So. We've got to head back to Torlith. Now, you may remember a few episodes back when we first started Chapter 6, there was that house over in the marshes that I wanted to go to, and we couldn't get there. There were like 2 or 3 dudes standing outside, and we couldn't really talk to them or anything, and I think that one of y'all told me that they were plot relevant. So that is presumably who we have to talk to now, like I'm guessing that that's where we're going. So he's given us the swamp walking potions. We'll have to talk to them. I actually did try turning on larger steps to get around because I was mostly doing like just so much running back and forth and selling things, and it was, you know, mindless looting. So since y'all had suggested that, I did give it a try. It did help a lot. And, but see, you see why I saved it right there. Look at this. Right? This happened to me when I was out and about. There we go. Just go a little bit at a time. Oh man, look at that. It just bumped me right out. Ooh, that's awful. Yeah, apparently gonna have to go the other way. Because that's where that happened last time. The swamp is like very poorly programmed. Here, let me rest till it's daylight. The collision there is just abominable. And so even if you edge through, it's like that hallway that we found. Oop. See, look at this. It's just real bad, and if you're not careful, it will bump you over into the swamp. And that happened to me a couple times, and I did have to load it, which was rough. But thankfully, not too rough, because y'all know that since this game provides a quick save, I use it obsessively, and that means that I just lost, like, you know, a few feet of progress and not actually any time or energy that I had invested into looting things, selling them, running around. I panicked for a moment because when it happened and I got stuck in the swamp and couldn't get out, I couldn't remember when I had last saved it. But it turns out that it was like right before I accidentally stepped into the swamp, so... Ugh. Goodness gracious. Okay, yeah, okay, there's the cabin. Yeah, I got my mask. Y'all should be wearing yours too, vaccinated or otherwise. Okay, a group of grizzled men in patchwork armor lurked near the swamp's edge. They had the air of men feigning idle ambivalence while waiting for something to happen, and they eyed William and Aaron warily. So this is what it said before. We just didn't have anything to give them. Now, it looks like we do. Oh no, look at this icon. Look at this icon, y'all. Wide Potion. Wide Potion has a sibling. Yes, it is Wide Potion 2. Electric Boogaloo. Oh, William held the bottle at arm's length. Even with the cork in place, its stagnant odor filled his nostrils. Apparently, to walk on swamp water, he'd have to drink something which smelled like swamp water. Okay. Now, I noticed they gave us 7 of these. And there are 3 dudes and 2 of us, and we're going to have to walk over the swamp in order to get there. So let's see how many they take. I did save it first, so... William called out to the men. Ho there! I think we've got something you're waiting for. Kaelyn sent us. A bare-chested man came forward. Then hand it over and beat it. I'm not going to touch that. William shook his head. Nah, we're supposed to go with you. So there'll be more of us if there's trouble. Kaelyn's orders. The man looked back at his companions, who grumbled. I don't like it, but I'm also sick of waiting around. Let's go. William tossed swamp-walking potions to the fellow, making sure to keep enough for himself and Aaron. The men each took a long swallow and stepped into the swamp, their feet barely making any impressions in the muck. William and Aaron removed the stoppers on the last 2 potions and slugged them down. It was every bit as vile as they'd feared, but they forced the noxious sludge down their throats. By the time they finished, the stuff was starting to taste good, and the air around them smelled fresh and pleasant. Aaron turned to William. I suppose we'd better follow them. I suppose we better had. Okay, folks. Let's see what's in the cabin, finally. Hey, now if it glitches out, we can just, like, walk back out. Oh, is this it?
He's in here.
Wake up, Your Grace. Your Grace?
Is he...
No. His skin is warm and his pulse is strong, though rather slow. He just won't wake up.
He must be drugged. We'll have to find some way to revive him.
Why bother? This way he won't cause any more trouble than a sack of turnips. We'll just carry him back to camp.
No, you won't.
What are you talking about? This is the guy we're supposed to bring back, right?
Right, but there's been a change in plans. He's not going back to the camp.
Hey, I didn't hear anything about a change in plans. I say toss the kid over his shoulder and let's beat it.
And I say you leave. Now. Turn around and scamper back through the woods like good little mercenaries.
Thinking of dealing us out of the reward, huh? Well, me and my buddies think you better think again.
Aaron, would you care to illuminate these gentlemen?
Isa Sakebu Mikada.
What?
You see, boys, it doesn't pay to disagree with a mage. Go, before he decides to turn you into wombats.
Wombats?
It just popped into my mind. By the way, that chanting was a great touch.
Collett's going to be spitting grounds.
Oh!
We'd better be well away from here by the time they get back to the camp.
Right.
What are
Let's
these
try to wake him up.
faces? Look at this artwork.
Wait. He's not drugged. This is a spell of some sort.
Well, can you dispel it?
I'll try. But remember, I'm kind of new at this.
That's actually one of the new spells we learned.
Aaron tapped into the magic energies surrounding him and unraveled the enchanted web. Several minutes later, Aaron had freed the consort, who relaxed into peaceful slumber.
That's cool since we literally did just learn that spell for real. That was a really long pause.
Who are you?
You're in gone, Your Grace. I'm William Escobar, and this is Aaron Courtelaine. We're going to get you safely to the palace in Antara.
Easy, Your Grace. You'll be disoriented for a while.
What happened? The last I remember, there were noises in the hallway, then shapes, then shadows, then nothing.
It's rather a long story, Your Grace.
But we don't have time to tell it right now. Other people are hunting you. We've got to move.
It's all right, Your Grace. You can trust us.
Do I have a choice?
That's great. You did call it. The chanting was made up.
My thanks for the bed and the food, Garden.
You may always consider my home your second den.
I suppose we should be on our way now. Thanks for everything, Father.
Kaelyn, life is too uncertain for you to leave with this distance between us. You must try to understand. Since the death of your mother, every decision I've made has been with your good in mind. You see, I never thought the day would come when I would need my rusty magic again.
And so you had no choice but to finally tell me the truth.
What harm if indeed you had never known?
Well, it would...
You would still have lied to her.
You tried to spare me. Now I understand. I'm glad you told me. What a terrible burden to bear alone.
There, my little barley mouse. I've had your company to keep life from being too great a burden, and it certainly was never boring.
Yes, the man who weds our Kaelyn won't die in his bed of old age. Of that much I'm certain.
Wow.
Well, just for that, I'm going to run your hairy behind into the ground today. Father, we have to go. I'm sorry to be leaving again so soon.
I'd like you to have this, Kaelyn. It's merely a simple neck charm I made for your mother. Nothing fancy, but it does have some power to shield the wearer from harm.
Ah, typo.
Be careful. These are strange times. Watch your back and take care where you place your trust.
I will.
Foreshadowing. Okay. Oh, there's Raal over there. Cool. Excellent. All right. It looks like we made it through alive. Thank you for hanging with me there. Let's go ahead. Oh. I'm going to save it here. Okay. Oh, wow. That happened very quickly. He's just gone. Okay, that's the note that we left there last time, so... Okay, well... First things first. We're gonna head back down here. And I'm gonna pop into the shop or the inn in Darby and get the main menu music unstuck. Because, of course, as usual, you can hear how it's looping now that, you know, I dodged in there to save it. There we go. That'll fix it. Okay, nothing new here. And I think we did a pretty good job last time, because, look, they even have the same amount of, like, rest where they need to go to an inn. So, Yep, they've got all the same stuff. Oh, and that enchantment looks permanent. Look there, the Wraith Strike thing. Or at least it hasn't worn off yet. Cool. And this must be the necklace. Protective charm. Yes, the charm obviously had been crafted with painstaking care. Branches of gold cradled a lustrous pearl with a delicate resolve. When worn against her chest, the charm felt reassuringly warm. Okay, well, there. Let's see, what does that do? Melee. Ah, right there. It looks like it might be +5 to defense. Because she's got 51 of 46, and nothing else is giving her that kind of bonus, as far as I know. And looks like the maximum value for all of their skills has increased to 80 for this new chapter as well. Cool. Well, for now, I'm going to give that to Raal. We might as well get some use out of it, because we did find out that that Necklace of Communion bumps up your assessment by, look at that. Oh my goodness, like 40 points. Okay. Let's see if they have anything new over here. Nope. Okay. We will go rest. Okay, just send water. Oh, and there we go, too. That's something, that's a number I wanted to see. It's not as much as I thought, but we still do have over 2,000 burlas with Kaelyn. So when we rejoin, they're not going to have room for all of this money. Why did I do that? I hit the corner of the building. Okay. Anyone new to talk to? No? I would like to rest, please. Oh, okay, well. If we need 31 hours to heal, then I guess we'll just do that. Alright. Okay, so... oh, here we go. Join William and Aaron. This is our current main quest objective. That's kind of vague. They were in Torlith, so maybe if we just go south, we will find them? Perhaps? Do y'all remember, like, did they agree to meet at a certain place or anything like that? Oh, come on. Let me sneak up on them. Alright, we'll turn on the grid. That's our first fight for today. Your skills looking like? Well, her melee and her archery are the same. I'm gonna say let's go in with the sword, though. Let's gang up on the same guy here. Oh, Raal. We haven't seen you in a whole chapter. And you're gonna whiff on the first hit? And Kaelyn pays the price. Wow. Maybe we should have stayed back and shot. Wow, and now the shield. Okay, this is not going great. Wow. These guys are not the pushover sort of, like the zombified Grulf that we fought up there that had been victimized by the Wraiths. Wow. Guys. Grandeur. Okay. That's where we need to go. So we need to go north then. Actually, not south. But first we gotta finish with these guys. This is a sorry situation already. There we go. That's a little bit better. Hey, now they're getting into the swing of things. Oh, that guy's a mage. We should probably kill him first. Yeah. There we go. This guy's already wounded. We'll focus on 2 at a time. The mage just needs to be threatened so that he doesn't cast spells. It'll take me a bit to get used to these 2 again, because of course they play quite differently, where first of all there's no magic. Second of all, Raal has just amazing stats for tanking. And Kaelyn is so fast. Not very accurate right now, though. There we go. You're not getting away. You think you are, but you're not. Nah, he probably is. Yeah, he is. Gross. There is a weapon and armor shop, isn't there? You know what? I'm gonna make a bold choice. We already have magic armor and a magic sword waiting for Kaelyn when she does rejoin William and Aaron, and we don't know, like, how long that's going to take. So, in the meantime, we have over 2,000 burlas. I think we're set. So, I'm not going to be completely stupid about this. I am going to put a marker for our spoils. But I'm thinking I'm not going to worry too much about, like, picking up loot and running it all over the place trying to sell it. I'm just going to go through these guys and call it quits. That's what I'm going to do. I think that it is a better use of our money. Or, I'm sorry, a better use of our time. To not worry so much about money. Because we're pretty much at that point in the game now where I'm thinking, you know, we can afford a magic staff if we want one. If everyone has the best armor in the game and it's upgraded, then, like, what else is there to save up for, really? And that sword that we bought her cost a little over 1,000 burlas, so even if we find a much better weapon for her, chances are good that it won't be too much more expensive and we'll be able to afford it. So as we draw near the end of the game, most of our money is probably going to be spent on staying at inns, buying food occasionally, and maybe purchasing send water. Uh-oh. Are those pirate archers? I honest to goodness wonder if we could just maybe go around. Because that's another thing, is if we are not grinding for cash, then the only thing we're going to get from that is going to be skill increases, which that's great, but it means that we can pick our battles a little bit more because we don't have to worry so much about finding and looting what? Okay. Every single piece of plate mail. Yeah, exactly. There's no magic, so we would only be grinding, like, what? Stealth, maybe? Melee and defense, of course, perhaps archery, and assessment if we were feeling spicy. So, I think in the interest of time, they're going to make us fight some battles like this one that we just can't get around. I'm going to try and pick our battles here and see if we can avoid a handful of them. Oh boy. Okay, I'm going to go after the ladies over here first because they usually are deadly archers. Oof. Okay, flank them, Raal. Wow. Maybe we do need to grind melee. I'm guessing that probably there's not a huge jump in equipment for our enemies in this chapter because they were already wearing things like breastplates and stuff last time that we fought them. But their skills, such as defense, will have increased. And that's going to be why we're missing so much. So I'm thinking we may need to increase our melee skill a little bit here and there, but we also still don't want to spend all of our time doing nothing but fighting because, man, after that last chapter, it just got so grindy. And that's okay if that's what you like, but it got to be a bit much for me right at the end. Okay, can he... Yes, there we go. We can go and get to him. These battles also go a little bit quicker, though, I feel like, because they are very hack and slash. You don't have the resources of Aaron's magic to use, and so that means that you don't have his firepower, but you also don't have the tactical hesitation of like, okay, how am I going to spend his stamina? Because I'm definitely not sending him into melee with like these 4 swordsmen or whatever. Kaelyn, honey. I guess their melee skill went up too. Okay, well, can always go back and buy more. And I think Raal has some. There we go. Hey. So yeah, they're going to be hitting us more. We're going to be hitting them less. Everybody's going to be taking less damage on their side and probably a little more damage on our side. But you see how much quicker that went versus having to sit and figure out, okay, how am I using each of these spells? Okay. We have some steadfast potion. I'm going to go ahead and take that, because that might actually be useful. And she has a bunch of arrows, so we will leave that, I think. When we first played with them in Chapter 5, was there not a Chumen battle literally right here? I feel like there was. Okay, you need some Sen water. We'll give Raal the small stack. Go ahead and take this. Go, not too bad. And okay, I think we're good to go. And once again, we are traveling through an area we have already explored, so that means that at least for now, we don't have to worry too much about being on the lookout for treasure chests. Yeah, I got my weapon, I didn't get my armor. And right, I should, because both of them got the crap beaten out of them. I'm actually going to give her the better armor because she's just not quite as durable as he is, even though she definitely holds her own. Okay. Can I please sneak up on them? Yes. Good, 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 good. Okay, let's see if we could just go up here and take one of them out very quickly. Now, Raal, you've got to do better than that, buddy. Kaelyn, hun. Wow. This is a really unimpressive performance to start off this new chapter. I'm so glad that the men are worse archers than their female counterparts. Because overall, the women are just so much better at everything when you're fighting the Chumen. Go. Let's deprive him of that bow. And he really wants to shoot at us. Running away like that. That's fine. Forgot, Raal is slow in terms of how many turns he gets to take, but he can move quite a distance. I like him. I think that they've done a really good job with him of giving him enough characterization that I am invested, and that I appreciate having him along. Even though he is a character that I'm assuming is temporary, like when she rejoins William and Aaron, he's going to go off and probably go to that great gathering of the Grulf where all of the tribes were like being called together, all of the packs. That's my guess of what happens to Raal. They better not kill him or something. Hey, there we go. But like when we first met him in, was it the tail end of Chapter 2 or was it the very beginning of Chapter 3? And so, you know, they kind of set him up to be an interesting character, and kind of, you know, gave us a clue, told us who he was and what to expect, set up his relationship with Kaelyn, and then when he joined, I was kind of surprised, but then it was like, oh no, okay, he seems like a capable guy. I think they gave me just enough of Raal before he joined the party to make me accept him. And they've done a fairly good job as well of writing in, if I'm correct, the explanation for why he's not going to stay with us as well. Like, he helps up to a certain point and then he's going to leave. And I don't feel terrible about that. He has things to do and I get it. And they told me that before he joined up. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty satisfied with him, and he's been a great asset while he's been in our party. I really don't have any complaints. It was interesting to see, like, a tank-type melee character using the staff rather than a spellcaster to replace Aaron. Whew, boy. Oh good, an armorer's hammer. We're going to need that. Okay. Let me put a marker down, and yeah, you can already tell that they have increased everyone's stats because they're dropping chainmail and long swords and broadswords, so their equipment is not even as good as what they did have. Like, they're not even wearing breastplates. Alright, let's see here. Really? Okay. Let's try this one. Okay, 95%. Not bad, not bad. Hey! Nice, and her repair went up. Cool. Now the problem here is we are basically out of Sen water. Did we pick up lockpicks anywhere? I don't think we did. No. Which means that this chest is still... Yeah, we literally just can't get in there because we don't have lockpicks. Kinda sucks. But maybe we can come back with William and we'll see what's in there then. Okay, I'm hoping we can get to Grandeur without another encounter. I don't think I see
I got a gut feeling about this place.
anything.
We best be cautious.
Of course. How is it? It keeps just switching to dark like that. Okay, well. There we go. I'm just going to push through because we still have some Sen water. I'm going to give some to him. And let's hope that they don't need it. Oh boy, you know that you're making it when the bots get in your chat asking if you want to make lots of followers. Thank you, ladies, for clustering up like that. Oh, he's an archer, I think. It's okay, Kaelyn can follow him so that he can't do any damage. Raal will focus on this opponent. Come on. There we go. She hit. You'll love to see it. Having them like this without a mage in the party means, yeah. Yes, I'm bot famous. That's the kind of celebrity that I strive for. Famous enough to be botted. Thank you all for helping me reach this level. But, I feel like with Aaron in the party, because his individual magic skills go up over time due to his studying, versus like melee and defense and so on can't do that. It feels as though you are progressing more quickly, because when he is in the party, you are always getting those little dings and messages saying, hey, you know, you've increased your fire, you've increased your damage, you've increased your strength. And of course Kaelyn and Raal don't have that because they're not casters. So the increases, the skill growth is slower. But in a way, even though they don't get as many skill increases as quickly as Aaron might, I feel like they're still getting a decent amount of growth because there's only 2 of them. You know, I'm using both of them in melee, so that's the skill that's going to go up, that and their defense. But it's almost more satisfying because with Aaron's magic, I know that I can just set whatever skill I want to grow, and it's going to happen. And all I really have to do is camp out long enough or wander around picking up treasure, or, you know, stay at an inn for 2 or 3 nights, and he'll probably learn a new spell or gain access to something. There we go. 93. Hey, it's going up. It's going up. I have these 2 hammers that only have a single use. Let's clear some inventory space by using one of those. No? Okay. Next time. But yeah, it's almost more satisfying just because it is, it feels more earned, I suppose. You can't increase your melee and defense skills by simply, you know, camping out. Can't get to that guy in one move, huh? Okay. Let's see what kind of spell he unloads on us. Oh, it was Cold Cut. Thank you. Thank you for the assist, enemy mage. Of course, he did almost 50 damage in one shot, which means he's a target. We need to take him down very quickly. We have no reason to keep him alive, so that watching him cast spells might potentially increase our magical skills, which is another, if you want to call it an advantage, of not having Aaron in the party. Yeah, his spell accuracy is way worse than ours. Oh my gosh. Everybody, please, if you would, welcome back to the stream our old friend, Spooky Chicken Stick. A round of applause for the Spooky Chicken Stick. It's good to have you back on the show. What have you been up to since we last saw you? Alright, now, Antara, I know that combat is like a big part of your whole shtick, but really, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop. Because these are obviously just like trash mobs, so let's see. This herbal powder is mostly useless. I don't know if we can actually use something like the frost band on a staff. So I'm going to give that to her, and that way along with this oil, if she needs extra damage, she's got it. She's got it. Yep, baby, she's got it. Are those bushes or carliths? Ah, leave me alone, geometry. Hey. Oh, it's a Trakaw. Well, hey, little guy.
You must be Kaelyn, and you must be Raal. Raal.
Very few things in this world must be. Most things simply are.
That's very good. All right then, I'll play. Are you Raal? And are you Kaelyn?
Perhaps it would be best if you first told us who you are.
Sure. I'm Naku. I've been waiting here to deliver a message to a growth with a pet woman in tow.
Wow.
William.
He was right. Your nostrils do flare when you're angry.
Oh, wow.
Anyway, here's the note. William seemed quite anxious about something. Sounds exciting. What's going on?
You have discharged your task admirably. Thank you for your diligence.
Maybe I can help. There's a lot I can do. I fought off an army of mantises once.
The road we travel, we must walk. You must fly, air dancer. Fair winds to you.
Oh, he wanted to help so bad. I wonder if that was teasing, like, to make us think that we were about to get a third-party member or something. Oh, well. Okay. Where is our note? What was it? This? Is it? Okay, it is. Alright. I was just being blind. Kaelyn, we found our lost friend, but his playmates won't be happy and will want him back. We'll wait for you at the Feral Duck in Darby, then take him home together. Huh. In Darby, you say? Alright, well, while we're here... There we go. Let's go ahead and rest. We might as well. And we'll see what's in the magic shop as well, just in case he's changed his inventory. Still got the kinetic staff, still has spooky chicken sticks, Sen water, necklace of communions, Carluta's chain. Okay, so nothing that we really need, nothing that we don't already have access to elsewhere, I don't think, other than it, like if we were going to purchase some Essence of the Wind for Raal, perhaps. I think we're probably fine on that. I don't feel strongly that we need anything of that sort. And Sen water, of course. We definitely need that because we're a little bit low. But on the other hand, it is cheaper back in Darby, and that is where they are telling us we have to go. So, fine then. Let's just head exactly back the way that we came. That was a pretty funny scene, though. I was told to find a Grulf with a pet woman in tow. William. Ah, he was right. Your nostrils do flare when you're angry. Oh, we have fun. Man, I hate that we cannot open that chest. And there's nowhere to buy lockpicks. At least not yet. Because if this chapter is anything like the last one, then... does anyone else notice that we have nighttime sounds, but not a nighttime light level or skybox? Is that what's happening? Is that why it's just suddenly night? Because... yeah, something's happening and it's not loading the lighting effects. Interesting. Well, at least that's a small, very livable glitch. But anyway, yeah, I'm guessing that if this chapter is at all like the last one, then we will not be able to go any further past Grandeur, like over to Berlin and stuff. We might be able to go south to East Bank and Camille, perhaps, but... how are your skills doing? Melee's up to 64. Scouting's at 56. Melee's at 60. I care less about his stat growth just because I'm sure that he's not going to be a forever character. It's Kaelyn that I really am invested in. And, man, her stats... it's awful because she was the MVP while she was in our party before. And now I feel as though the separation and the fact that her chapters have just been, or like chapter 5 was just so much shorter than chapter 4 and chapter 6. Look how long we spent on those versus with her chapter. I think we finished it in like 1.5 streams, didn't we? Like, I think we started it in one stream and finished it in the next one. And I know I went around these folks the first time, so thought this time, because I was just talking about their stat growth, that I might opt into this battle in order to try and increase her melee and defense or her archery or something. Because I feel as though her stat growth has suffered due to the short nature of her chapter. And so she just did not get in the kind of practice that William and Aaron got. She just didn't get to grind on enemies the way that they did. And the result of that is that she went from being kind of MVP of the party to where, see, look at this, look how many hits she's missing. Her ratio of attacks to, like, actual connecting blows. She's getting hit more often. Or at least it feels like it. And so that means that I want to invest a little bit of time in her stat growth in the hope that perhaps when they rejoin, she won't have as far to go to catch up to William and Aaron. Come on, hit me with your best shot. No, actually, don't do that because shields are expensive and for some reason can't be repaired. I think I've come to a conclusion about why shields work the way that they do in Antara, and this is just an opinion based on observation, so of course feel free to disagree. I feel like perhaps it has to do with the fact that when you use a shield, it does not just give you increased defense, it completely blocks an incoming blow. It just stops physical damage. And so, with that being the case, the shield, while it does not activate on every hit when you have it equipped, does become a very important and powerful piece of equipment. So it kind of makes sense that maybe the devs made the choice to have them not be reparable or repairable, whichever you prefer, because they wanted them to be not disposable, but like they wanted you to go through a shield and then have to spend a significant amount of money to purchase another one. If you could just repair it like you can your body armor, then you would pick up a really good shield and just have it for the rest of the game. And, of course, you would be foolish not to do so. But if you can't repair your shield, then that means eventually you have to throw that shield away and you have to purchase a new one. Or you have to pick up one from a body which might not be as good as the one that you threw down, depending on what's available in the shops and so on. And that kind of makes sense from that perspective. If you think of it as sort of a consumable item. Because its effect is powerful. It's just going to stop a sword blow. Okay, more food. We're doing a lot of camping, so they are going through the chicken legs. Only 4. Oh, those are regular arrows. Huh. For some reason, I thought they were Gruul Pharaohs. Well, that's fine. I'm actually going to leave a stack of these arrows here because she has so many different kinds. And she's not using arrows in every single battle. So I want to make sure that I'm not taking up too much of her backpack with nothing but ammunition. Okay, no more whetstones or armorer's hammers there. Go ahead and place a marker just in case. And now we have a clear run at Darby. First thing, we'll go straight to the inn since that's where we're supposed to meet the boys, and hopefully we will be able to rest. I don't remember. Can you buy armorers, hammers, and or whetstones at either of those shops in Darby? I think you can buy at least one or the other. I really am just going to have to... There. Because the shops won't be open anyway. Let me... This is... Oh! This is the courier shop. I forgot what one of them was. One's the armorer's shop, and the other one is the book shop. But we have a conversation here. Kaelyn questioned the clerk. "Excuse me, sir. Your courier Naku delivered a message to us. We were wondering if you could recall anything about the young men who sent it." The clerk thought a moment. "Well, they did seem rather anxious about something. How many were in the party?" 3, I think? Yes, 3. 2 young men about your age and 1 a little younger. I seem to recall they mentioned taking a room at the Feral Duck, a local inn. Okay. It's not the shop that I wanted, but thanks for the information. This is the weapon shop. Yes, good, okay. And... you have nothing. Nothing. I'll buy some Sen water while I'm here. He's got room. I'm gonna buy another bottle. We need to go to the inn anyway. And I don't see William and Aaron, so yeah, let's talk to the innkeeper. Raal described William and Aaron to the innkeeper, asking if they were staying at the Feral Duck. The innkeeper tugged his ear and said, "Doesn't ring any bells." Kaelyn added, "A young Chalon nobleman might be with them." The innkeeper idly scratched his palm. "Nope, still no bells." Kaelyn noticed the innkeeper had left his hand lying open on the counter. She looked into his face, but he kept his eyes fixed on a rafter that apparently held particular interest for him. Okay. He wants us to pay him. Obviously. Okay, well, we've had to do that before. I don't know how much money to give him, because in the past it's been kind of variable amounts, where, like, for that old lady, we had to, like the witch, we have a small stack. Maybe if I just give him the 64, that's not like a huge deal. Oh yeah, we get to decide how much. I forgot about that. I wasn't thinking about it giving me a prompt. So let's try 50, maybe. Maybe we can get away with less. Let's try 25. The innkeeper didn't even look down at the money in his hand. Still no bells, he murmured. Okay, he wants more. Wow. Okay, well, let's try another 25. Kaelyn casually put the burlas in the innkeeper's hand. It disappeared beneath the counter as if by magic, reappearing a moment later, empty. Oh, yes, of course. Now I remember. The men you're looking for had to leave in a bit of a hurry. I think they left a note for you somewhere. Now, where did I put it? Rather than looking for the note, the innkeeper maintained his position, his palm empty, open, and relaxed on the counter. Are you kidding me? This could get expensive, Raal muttered. It's going to get real expensive for this innkeeper. I'm just going to make this easy on us, and... Oh. I may have to find all day to search that note. I misclicked. I was about to say... I was going to make it easy on us and give him just another 50. Since I accidentally gave him 5 because I hit OK instead of 0. I'll give him 45, and that'll add up to 50. There we go. The innkeeper's hand disappeared with the money while his other hand slapped his forehead. Oh, silly me, I just remembered I had it in my pocket all along. I completely forgot I put it there so it wouldn't get lost. The innkeeper pulled out the note and handed it to Kaelyn. Gee, thanks. That would be this. Ooh, Kaelyn. Junior's playmates are coming, but Junior's exhausted. We think he's had enough play for a while, so we're taking him to his new home. If you can meet up with us on the way, it might be helpful in case Junior's playmates don't take no for an answer. Ah, he's trying to leave a clue. Okay. Oh, we actually still need to stay at the inn. What, you're not going to charge us an arm and a leg to tell us whether or not the... there's a room open or something? Okay. Let's see. Okay, our objective has not changed. Well. Okay. We know that Antara, of course, is here. So that's where he's saying that they are heading. So maybe we can actually... Since we were able to cross over to Grandeur, we can take the bridge from Torlith back over towards Friole and go back through the mountains by way of Chorus Landing. Because it would be silly if they were here and they're going to Antara, they're going to take that pass. They're not going to loop through Gon and go all the way back around through Panizzo, Pianda. Especially when I did check... And there were guards here on the bridge between Midova and the road to Tikoro, so we could not go into Tikor. That's why I didn't mention it earlier. We could only explore Pianda. Okay, so let's see. I guess let's just go. Do y'all want to fast travel? Do they have that here? There we go. Oh, the sounds are like tied to the light levels and stuff. And, it doesn't look like they have a fast travel thing there in Darby. Which is not a big deal. Because it's not like it's going to take 1,000 years if we walk. Although there may be 1,000 encounters. I keep trying to remind myself I don't need to quick save right before a fight because it saves it for you. Good, we get a surprise round. Awesome. Okay, and these are just... Ooh, she did not do a whole lot of damage. Ah, appropriately, we are fighting mercenaries. Which, of course, if those are Kaleth's people, those would be the ones who are after the consort. Okay. Come on, y'all. These guys have got quite a few hit points. I'm just gotten used to dealing big damage, I guess. Like really big burst damage, and it's just not happening right now. Curse you, shield. Why are enemies allowed to have shields? Only we should be allowed to have shields. Bad game design. Boo, hiss. Oh. She walked away and a guy pulled out a bow. Unfortunate. Dislike that. Let's go pin him down again immediately. Thankfully, 32 damage doesn't mean a whole lot to our friend Raal there. Oh, that did put him in the yellow, though. Well, but of course he took a couple hits before that. 32 damage in one shot without using a spell is still pretty impressive. But it's not a death sentence for Raal. Okay, that might be, though. Y'all. Man, look at this. Between the shields and them just taking like 14 damage. Big oof. Mercenaries usually aren't this much trouble, so I didn't expect them to be this kind of a roadblock. Okay, that guy just got out. Sure. It's fine, we didn't want to fight you anyway. Oh, he's running for it too. He is already wounded. I'm going to try and catch him. And he's going to get away, of course. I wish there was an easier way to stop enemies from fleeing, since you can be so dependent on their equipment and money drops. It feels a little unfair how easy it is for them to run away from you, and how sometimes the AI almost seems to sort of cheat in favor of that to allow them to run away. Oh,
Why doesn't this work?
I better repair his armor and not hers. He took a lot more damage. Yeah. Okay, I'm out of armorer's hammers. But her repair is up to 44. Hey. I guess I'll put a sack marker here. But yeah, it just, it is aggravating how easily they can run from you when it's almost impossible for you to run from them. And also, the game is kind of stacked to where you don't want to. Running away from enemies is not to your benefit. Because you need to grind skills, you need the money, you know, you need the food, the equipment drops, and so on, like I said. And we're at the stage of the game now where for William and Aaron, they seem to be mostly fine. But Kaelyn and Raal, of course, still need to brush up on some of this stuff. So it's like,
Wait here. I thought I saw something up ahead. We could be walking right into an ambush.
Fair enough. Go ahead and heal, then. I think that there might be either a shop or an empty house with treasure in it over here in Friole, which has like some whetstones or some some armorer's hammers, or both. Ooh, They really said nah, fam. Okay, well, let's go up there and make sure that he doesn't do that again. She's gonna come with. That must have been our last poisoned arrow. I wasn't selecting those on purpose, but... Oh my gosh. They're shields. Oof. Really? You walked all the way over here and then pulled out a bow? Okay. Here. Have some Raal. And you have some healing. To divide and conquer when it comes to these archers, because of course, if you leave them unattended, they will shoot at you. That's what archers do. Really got to keep an eye on which one is which, because they all have the same sprite. Do they have the same name, though? Can I keep track of them that way? Is this guy Mercenary Archer, perhaps? Yes, he is. Aha. Okay, I can live with that. Kaelyn, sweetheart, please, I am begging you. Oh my gosh. Wow. Oh man. Don't hit, don't hit. Don't do it. Big oof. I'm just gonna have to drink all of that, aren't I? Okay, well... We're gonna have to change something about what's going on. She is just not dealing damage. Hey, our shield kicked in. You love to see it. Lord, there, finally, got one. I can't believe that's not another one. Come on, this has to be the last hit. There we go. Can we not? No? Okay, can't catch either of them? Sure. Kaelyn, go for it. They're both gonna run. Yep. Man, that irks me. Wow. Flaming resistance and a burning broadsword. Well, oh, I clicked in there because, okay, she's got corrosive arrows. Those are enchanted arrows. She does have stacks started, so we can just take those. I notice how they have refused to give a Grulf bow to Kaelyn, which is an interesting choice. The Ridgewood bow has a high damage modifier but no accuracy. Versus the Grulf bow has a pretty decent damage mod but a high accuracy mod. So even though they give you Raal to act as a tank, and it's like they seem to want Kaelyn acting as artillery or support, they haven't given you the bow that lets you do that. Or maybe I should interpret this as they're giving you the Ridgewood bow instead of the Grulf bow, because they're thinking that she will have a higher archery skill, so she needs the accuracy bonus less than William would, and can benefit more from the damage boost. And I guess that's fair. I'm actually going to use Frostbrand on our sword this time because these are fire wolves. I don't think that the oil will be as helpful, but I do definitely want them to go down fast. Okay, come on. There we go. See, because look, they spit fireballs, y'all. It's not great. Whew. 79 damage. Holy shit. Okay. Go. Might have to give him like a Halder's brew or something too, especially if we lose this fight. I think they've got about like 100 health or so. They seem to only really have one breath attack in them. I'm not sure if it has a recharge or if it has a stamina cost like a spell would, and so they're conserving their stamina. Bad dogs. Whew. You can tell a difference when your enemy is not wearing armor, because look at that. They're dealing 45 and 52 damage per hit. And that's kind of what we were doing back in Chapter 5 with them. I got spoiled on that very quickly, and now that they're dealing like 14 damage per hit, it feels pretty rough. Okay, do we have a house full of shovels? Another house with stuff in it. This house? Ah, fishing rods. Okay, sure. What do you have? Okay, they do have armorer's hammers here. That's great because that's really what we need. We have a whetstone, and we're only using it on one weapon, which means that it lasts twice as long as they used to. Something that will continue since William has Everedge, so even after the party gets together. Okay. 92%. 95%. Not bad. And 86%. How's your repair skill doing? Still 44. Well, that's not bad. It could be worse. More importantly, her melee's up to 66. I do like that. Anyone worth talking to? No? Okay. Alright, one more night. One more night. One more night. And... oh yeah, I forgot how close this other town was. You can literally see one of them from the other. Are you going to make us fight a trash fight when the towns are that close? No. Yay! This is an herb shop or something, if I remember. Medicines, yes. Okay, good. Because that way I can sell this herbal powder, which is worth nothing, but who cares? And I can buy some more Sen water for a fairly reasonable price. Man, now I'm sorry I didn't pick up some of that armor. Look at that, we're going through that pretty quickly just because we have to buy Sen water. Okay. I'm not really... I just realized I'm not really going around and visiting the whole town as we go through it. I feel like I should be, because that's what I have done in every chapter. And I don't know if it's partly because I'm feeling the press of how long we have been at the previous chapter. And I expect Kaelyn's to go faster because comparatively it did in Chapter 5. Or what? I really should probably be knocking on some of these doors and seeing whether or not anything is the same or different. Especially because if that is all that it is, if they're all just going to be this, then, I mean, it will go pretty fast. Kaelyn greeted the retired mercenary, asking for any news. This is the guy who will give you an increase to melee in exchange for pearls. There has been some excitement at that. A company of mercenaries passed through town chasing someone who stole something from them. Wonder if it was anyone we know, murmured Kaelyn to Raal. I saw a few of my old comrades in the company. Too few. Adrian shook his head ruefully. Got to admit, seeing them after so many years got my blood going again. I joined up for the chase. We caught them in the woods, but one of them was a spellcaster, and he heated things up for us. So he just ran out and decided to help catch William and Aaron? Kaelyn jumped to the logical conclusion. So the spellcaster's fireballs started the forest fire. What forest fire? What? No, corrected the mercenary. Our firebrands did that. Carelessness, plain and simple. In my day, that never would have happened. I tried to put the fire out. Folk around here take their trees seriously. The rest of the mercenaries turned tail and ran. Where are they now? Raal asked. Probably still chasing the thieves. Whatever they took must be pretty valuable if the sword arms are willing to face a mage for the chance to recover it. Okay, well, I'm glad that we stopped then. But what forest fire? Are we... Is that what they mean? Are those blackened trees on the map? Like, are those actual, like, trees? Like burnt trees? Doesn't look like it. They did have a fast travel option back there, but I feel like we would miss something if we took it. So... Oh! Is that the forest fire that they were talking about? It kind of looks like that forest fire is still ongoing? Okay. That does look like a problem.
It'd take a miracle to survive that blaze. I'm surprised your fur isn't getting singed from here.
Ooh. Okay. So, oh, wait a minute now. They're right, though, that, like, people around here do take their trees very seriously. We've already done some tree-based quests in this area. Here's a thought. I just realized I did this last time that this was relevant. There's one building that we didn't go into back here in Durst. And I probably should. And that is the Temple of Henna. Because remember, that was quest relevant before. Kaelyn made me think of it because she said it would take a miracle to get near those flames without getting singed. What if we could ask for one? Ah, see, like, here's that girl from before. Maybe we can still talk to her. Okay.
Have you found her?
Found who?
Oh, forgive me.
What?
When I heard you come in, I thought it was one of the villagers, back from the fire with news of Phoebe and her tree.
Her what? Okay, this is all piling up very quickly. Tell us about the fire first.
We smelled the smoke. What happened?
A band of heavily armed men came through the village a short time ago. There was some sort of commotion in the woods, and then Fallon raised the cry of fire.
Is the village in danger?
I don't think so. We've sent word to a mage in Varnas for help, but the woods may be gone by the time she gets here.
Well, that's not good. This smells like a side quest.
Is Phoebe lost in the fire?
I'm afraid so. The heat got too intense, and most of the villagers had to turn back. We know Phoebe wouldn't abandon her family's tree to the fire. A few have returned to search for her.
They'll be lucky to come back alive.
With Henna watching over them, they'll have more than luck on their side.
Fair enough. Okay, and that opened up the rescue conversation option.
What's so special about Phoebe's tree?
A Chuni's family's honor is embodied by their tree. Phoebe's ancestral tree is in the heart of the wood. It's been tended by her family for generations. The entire village fought to save it.
With the entire wood in jeopardy, I'd hardly think there would be time to worry about a single tree.
Phoebe protects the tree to honor her ancestors, Kaelyn. Losing it would sever her link to her past.
Okay. And that unlocked protection.
Her cause is a noble one. Is there anything we can do to help?
Raal, weren't you listening? It's like an oven in there.
Kaelyn, you know how the girls feel about their ancestors. I cannot stand by and let Phoebe perish in the flames, even as the spirits of her own ancestors are consumed.
She won't be far from her ancestral tree, but you'd be burnt to a cinder long before you reach it. Give me your hands. Henna, cast your watchful eye over these brave travelers. Shield them from the hungry flames, that they may return with one of your faithful, to hear your song another day.
Oh, what was that? Raal, your fur's standing on end.
My skin is tingling.
With Henna's grace, you may be able to reach Phoebe now. But take care. All too soon the effect will fade. Of all the faces of the Triune, Henna's is the most fickle. Beware the flames.
Okay.
I live in the forest. You can't protect a tree from such an inferno.
The Chunis have had generations to learn how to tend their ancestral trees. In a blaze like this, the only hope is to dig a trench around the tree and fill it with sen water, letting the roots soak up the healing liquid.
I see. The trench to keep the flames from the trunk, the sen water to regenerate singed branches and keep them from catching fire.
With Senadrin's kiss and Henna's smile upon them, Phoebe and her tree may yet survive.
Okay, and that appears to be all she has to say. Well, I'm glad that they kind of gave us an explicit game plan this time.
Join me in a song of joy.
No.
No,
but Kaelyn, she's singing.
I know. Now let's go.
Okay. That's a little bit different reaction than William and Aaron had, but at the same time not so different. Now, do we have... Okay, good. We've got plenty of sun water, we know that. We also have shovels. Alright. Let me save it, I guess, in case I do something wrong. Let's head back over that way. Whoa! Where did y'all come from? Crud. The last thing that I wanted to do just now was to get into a fight. Because I was wondering, like, in case the blessing ran out or something, I wanted to have full health so that if we took damage from the fire, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe it won't matter, though. It is a divine blessing, so... That guy saw us take down that mage and was just like, no, you know what? Not today. And I feel that energy, because, y'all, I am worn down. But that's okay. Even if I am sick for a day or two, it's worth it to know that my chances of carrying the virus to somebody else who might not survive as well as me are drastically reduced. I hope y'all are getting your shots as well, and don't forget to keep wearing your mask after you do so. Because the vaccines are not 100% effective. And also, the numbers on, like, preventing you from contracting it versus transmitting it to somebody else, those are 2 different numbers. Awesome. Good. Well, now you know kind of what to expect. Or if you don't, check my Twitter, because I did talk about my experiences with the vaccine over there. And, of course, you can follow on Facebook and here on Twitch if you are not already following or subscribed, as well as on YouTube, in case you're watching there. Make sure you do that to keep up with everything that we do on the channel. Participate in polls about what games we're going to play next, that kind of thing. And I really love it when y'all comment over on YouTube or join me for chat here in... ooh, that must be Phoebe. Here on Twitch. Okay, well, that worked out well. I guess, okay, those are burning trees. At first I thought those were just flames, but now I see that more clearly. Oh, bless her heart. Kaelyn spied the woman through the smoke. Quick, Raal, help me get her out of there. They lifted the woman to her feet. Phoebe? The woman brushed her hair out of her face. Her hand left a streak of ashes on her forehead. Who are you? She asked weakly. Friends. We'll take you to safety. With a surprising show of strength, Phoebe yanked herself out of their grasp. No, she shouted, then coughed violently. We have to protect the tree, she gasped, gesturing toward the unfinished trough around the trunk. I won't leave until I know it won't burn. Okay. Well, okay, when I turn, this is, like, moving in front of me, so I'm guessing that that is, like, the trough icon that we need to click on, maybe? With a few hurried motions, the party completed the trough around the beleaguered tree. Okay. Cool. Yep, it did change the sprite. Now, we need to give it some send water. Right? Pour send water into the trough? Yes, okay. Kaelyn poured most of the send water into the trough, then handed the flask to Phoebe. Drink this. It'll give you strength. Gratefully, Phoebe drained the last drops. Thank you for protecting my ancestral tree. Raal said, We know how much it must mean to you. Won't you come with us now? Phoebe refused. The send water has revived me greatly. I will stay for a few more moments to make certain the trough holds. Then I will follow you out of the woods. Please go now. Okay. How much send water did that cost us? Ooh, all of it. So I guess that the quest must have actually required 10 send water, I'm guessing. They don't usually tell you amounts. You kind of have to guess, and if it's not enough, you have to add more if you don't fail the quest. So, since it took the whole stack, I don't know if that means it just takes as much as you give, or if 10 was the amount that it wanted. I hope that it was enough. Sure. Here, let's rest in the middle of a burning forest. I don't see an NPC marker on the map for her, but that means literally nothing. Oh, here, I'm afraid to go too far because if she's supposed to follow us out, we might need to talk to her. I still see flames over there. She's still standing there. You good? Okay, I cannot click on her to interact with her, so I guess that means we just need to go back this way, and if we go far enough, she'll pop up or something, or stop us. Or we might need to go back to Durst, since, what's her name, Joni, or Jahina, something like that, she gave us the quest. So maybe if we go back to the Temple of Henna and report, because she seemed like she was waiting for someone to report when we first walked in. Yeah, I don't see anybody standing around. Let's see what she says.
There you are. The entire village
Yes.
is talking about your daring rescue.
All right.
News travels fast. Phoebe was weak, but she refused to go to safety until Raal and I finished digging the trench and filling it with sand water. She needs attention, quickly.
We will all care for her. Thank you both.
When you hugged me and Kaelyn, something happened. It felt different than before.
I felt it too. Was it Henna?
Is that what the kids are
No.
calling it?
No, that wasn't Henna. It was Synedron.
Synedron? But you're a child of Henna.
I don't understand. Perhaps, though we call Henna, Synedron, and Kor the three faces, too often we forget what that means. That they're different aspects of the same divine spirit.
Perhaps by opening yourself to one, you open yourself to all.
This is extraordinary. I have much to think about. Thank you, my friends. Truly, you are thrice blessed.
And so, it would seem, are you.
Oh? What? Holy shit, y'all. All these numbers are red. Look at this. Nice. Increased by 3 points. This also increased by 3 points. 3 points. Oh, so did everything just go up by 3? Yeah. Check that out. Oh, that's so cool. That's worth it. That's a great reward. Oh, and it got him too. Yep. That's what happened. Every single skill went up by 3 points. Oh, shoot. And look down here too. It healed us as well. Because we didn't stay at an inn, but we're at full health. After that battle. Even though we rested, we should have a gap there, and we don't. Wow. Cool. Cool.
Join me in a song of joy.
We've got to be going. Come on, Raal.
But Kaelyn, she's singing.
I know. Now let's go.
Well, cool. We love a happy ending. Nice. That forest fire kind of came out of literally nowhere, but I'm glad that we were able to help, I guess. I'm glad that we got involved the way that we did. And I am glad, too, that that quest dialogue was written as a bit more, like a bit better prompt than it sometimes is. Because the game, for all that I have occasionally missed clues, or like we'll get 2 or 3 episodes deep in a chapter and I'll forget what they said at the beginning or something, which that's my own fault. The game is usually fairly good about telling you kind of what it wants you to do, but there are moments where it gets a little obtuse, and usually it is in a side quest. And this one, I feel like I got that right away. Kaelyn said it would take a miracle to get through the fire, and I was like, wait a minute, the temple! So, I'm assuming that that's what they wanted me to do, because it all panned out. So I feel good about that, and I hope that y'all feel good about it too. We've done some good work here. Thank you for hanging with me through that glitch back at the beginning. And thank you for joining me, well, just at all. I appreciate it. I always appreciate the follows and subs. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope that you'll join me next time that we play Betrayal in Antara, which, as far as I know, will be next Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the US. I am fading fast, so I'm going to call it here. And yeah, I will get this updated on YouTube as quickly as possible. Whew, that was a good stream though. That was a good one. This will be a good addition to the playlist. And if you are already watching on YouTube, don't forget to follow and turn on notifications here so that you don't miss it whenever we upload a new video from any of our series, which you can catch on Mondays and Thursdays in the same time slots, as well as on Saturdays. Phew. Thank you, and y'all rest up too, because Specific Pixel got his shot yesterday, and he's not feeling great either, but he usually pulls through these things a little bit better than I do, so I'm hoping that we will be able to bring you the next episode of Chrono Cross on Monday too. If not, keep an eye out on our Twitter, and I will try to post out as soon as we know that we're not going to be able to do it if it comes to that, if we just need the break and have to call it off. I will try to tell you as far in advance as possible. Otherwise, I'll see you for the next stream. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for enjoying it with me. And as always, until next time, thanks for playing.